moisturized dry skin for 24 hours. Aveeno.
Colbert's got host of the Grammys, Trevor Noah, tonight on CBS.
CBS Premiere Week, Friday.
I promise you I will catch him.
Doesn't matter what I did or didn't do. I'm where I belong now.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
It all returns, part of CBS Premiere Week after Super Bowl 58 on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
That's Oliver Douglas.
My name is Douglas, Oliver Wendell Douglas.
He's about to enter a strange new world.
This is like living in the Twilight Zone.
Green Acres, weeknights at 9:30. Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Well, it was another good day across the UP. We had a pretty decent amount of sunshine today, and that's how it's going to be through this weekend. You can see Doppler Max's hush hush, and this is how it's going to stay through this weekend and through much of next week. We are watching the chance for a few showers that's going to arrive mainly Wednesday and Thursday of next week. But I'm telling you, we're talking about sunshine and above average temperatures. We should be into the upper 20s for high temps this time of the year, and we're not going to see that for at least a little while down the road. 21 in Marquette tonight, clear skies, a south wind averaging 5 to 10, and that's above average. Our low temperature is above average. So Escambia, same deal here, 22, mostly clear, south winds 5 to 10, and looking out towards Houghton will be around 23. So everybody hovering right into the lower 20s tonight, partly to mostly clear. And Iron Mountain, you guys will go for a low of around 22 with a south wind averaging 5 to 10. But the weekend is looking gorgeous, and through early next week, details in a few.
Thanks, Dakota. Developing now, we now know where a devastating fire in downtown Escanaba last week originated. Escanaba Public Safety's investigation revealed the fire originated on the second floor of 1011 Ludington Street. The second floor contained apartments with trinkets and treasures below. That business, along with Schwalbach Kitchens next door, was a total loss. Public Safety's investigation into the cause of the fire continues, though. Also at this time, officials say the body of the victim found in the rubble has not yet been positively identified. Officials have been notified of a GoFundMe page containing an alleged name of the victim. However, until the crime lab completes its analysis, the department cannot confirm whether or not that's the actual name of the person found in the fire. That fire also caused severe smoke damage to the neighboring East Ludington Gallery, along with all of the art inside of it. And tonight, the Delta County community came together to support the artists who lost their work. The Boniface Art Center hosted a spaghetti dinner fundraiser tonight. Guests enjoyed dinner at the gallery and made donations to help the artists get back on their feet as they look for new places to show their artwork. Organizers say they were amazed by the community's generosity.
Been great. I'm so surprised how many showed up. Everybody's talking to everybody about the artwork. It's been really nice, very supportive.
There is also a GoFundMe set up to help the artist who lived above the gallery replenish her art supplies. You can visit WZMQ19.com to donate. A convicted sex offender in South Haven faces life in prison after a Washington State teenager was found at his home Wednesday night. 30-year-old Keith Frierksen was arraigned on 9 charges, including human trafficking of a minor and criminal sexual conduct. Allie Jenner-John reports how detectives say he was able to use an online platform to allegedly groom, kidnap, and assault a 14-year-old.
Past 3 weeks have been nothing short of nightmare, and one I hope no other parents have to experience.
The mother of a missing Washington teen, more than 2,200 miles from home today to be reunited with her daughter.
Fortunately for us, she's coming home safe.
The teen was found at one of these homes on Blue Star Highway in South Haven, Michigan, just short of a month after detectives say she voluntarily left her Mount Vernon home. In this home with her, 30-year-old Keith Frierksen, a convicted sex offender.
This predator was able to use social media platforms to reach my child from across the country. He was able to use these platforms to groom my child over an extended period of time.
Mount Vernon, Washington police tell me they contacted Van Buren County detectives after they honed in on Frierksen as a suspect.
Through our investigation, we ultimately came up with
a ride share that somebody had ordered for her. We were able to get the subject's name and location out in Michigan.
Sheriff Dan Abbott says they got the call Wednesday afternoon. Abbott says when detectives found Ferguson's car outside his home, they conducted a search warrant and had him in custody by Wednesday night.
The only thing I'll comment on the suspected vehicle is we know it went out to Washington and back.
Ferguson was arraigned Friday afternoon.
My dad is this afternoon currently getting a retainer on an attorney.
Asking to push back his arraignment until his dad, who he's lived with for 4 years, works to get him a lawyer.
No, we're going to do the arraignment now.
The judge choosing to go ahead with the arraignment and appointing him a public defender.
How many times have we all heard that he thought she was my age, she thought he was my age, I thought they cared for me, and then here's what transpires out of it.
Abbott now hoping this case is what holds app and tech companies accountable.
Censorship is used consistently on political platforms. Certain individuals are blocked from using them, but yet a convicted sex offender has zero restrictions on the internet.
The teen's mother echoing his call to action.
How many more children have to be victimized before these social media platforms are held to a higher standard? How many more families have to suffer the way mine has?
Abbott says there could be more victims and encouraged them to come forward.
The Van Buren County prosecutor says it's likely Ferguson will also be charged in Washington. He was also convicted in 2017 on 10 felony charges of child pornography. That was in Florida, according to court records. This week is Identity Theft Awareness Week, and Michigan's Attorney General is giving tips on how to keep your information protected from potential scammers. The AG's office says data breaches are one of the most common ways your information can get leaked. It's important to keep an eye on your bank accounts, using their apps or websites to catch any suspicious charges. Changing your passwords regularly and making sure they can't be guessed easily also helps.
I think that what's important is that we look at identity theft not as something that, may happen to you, but to plan for when it does happen to you, and to make sure that people are taking every sort of proactive effort they can to prevent themselves from falling victim.
For more ways on how to protect your identity or recover it if it has been stolen, head to WZMQ19.com. Meanwhile, this week on Capitol Hill, the Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, heard testimony from the FBI and cybersecurity experts about cyber threats to America. Lawmakers and experts say the U.S. is at war in cyberspace and that personal and business data of Americans is at risk. WZMQ's Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon has the report.
According to the FBI, China's vast hacking program is the world's largest and has stolen more Americans' business and personal data than every other nation combined.
Cyber threats to our critical infrastructure represent real-world threats to our physical safety.
In recent years, lawmakers and cybersecurity officials say the CCP has hacked into American critical infrastructure for the sole purpose of destroying the infrastructure in the event of a conflict.
This is an attempt to provide the Chinese options in crisis or conflict. This is not an episodic threat that we're going to face. This is persistent.
This has risen to the level of a national security threat that's very, very real.
Lisa Plagemeyer with the National Cybersecurity Alliance says the severity of the issue is sometimes overlooked by the public because it's not tangible.
It's remote. It's not tangible to us in the way that a physical war would be.
Aside from the threat the CCP poses to critical infrastructure,
water treatment facilities, it's the power grid, it's pipelines.
Plagemeyer says it can also pose a threat at home.
When you bring technology into your home, you have to maintain it. It's like cutting the grass. You can't just sort of plug it in and forget about it.
Although Congress is shining a light on the intangible threat, Plagemeyer says the private sector can move much faster. She believes more tech companies need to take the initiative on what's called secure by design.
And that means that you don't release code that has security bugs in it. You don't go to market with things that haven't been thoroughly penetration tested. You figure out ways to protect the little old lady in Cleveland who's using a router that's out of date. You figure out ways to protect that person.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, the Iron Mountain VA is celebrating the success of one of its programs, how it ranks nationally for helping homeless veterans. And later, how we see the UP, the exhibit on display now in Escanaba that captures Upper Michigan's beauty through someone else's lens. We're back in 2 minutes.
You're watching home to CBS Mornings, WZMQ 19.
Meet Mike Baxter, pioneer.
Dad, how do you kill an elk?
Wait outside the lodge until last call, then hit it with a tire iron.
Frontiersman.
Pheasant hunting is ridiculous, all the running and the chasing and the fetching.
That's what the dog's for.
But Maddie did such a good job. Who's a good girl?
Legend.
I have a 60-year-old truck and a 30-year-old marriage. You should be happy that I am stuck in my old ways.
I do love that truck.
No wonder he's the last man standing.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Shop our huge selection of Amish-crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order. With 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget, we're our
Pictionary here on WZMQ TV 19.
Imagine retiring with all the money you need, all the income, every month, guaranteed. That's Secure Future Investor. It's an indexed annuity tied to the U.S. stock market, but without any risk of loss, ever. Down years, you're insured against any losses. Up years, your retirement account grows exponentially. It's the difference between thinking you have enough money to retire and knowing you'll get that retirement check every month. Call 888-861-2298.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasic.
Well, Doppler Max is still quiet out there tonight, and this is how it's going to look through tomorrow and Sunday and even through early next week, folks. All right, folks, you've probably seen this already. The groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil, made his decision. He said it was an early spring, and again, you know, this is all for fun. You know, there is no science behind groundhogs and predicting weather. And so, of course, no shadow means an early spring. But again, as I mentioned, this is all just for a little bit of fun. But again, we'll see if it verifies. But remember, Punxsutawney Phil's accuracy rate's only about 40%. Those of us in the science of meteorology, our accuracy rate's about 80 to 85. So take into that what you will. All right, folks, first warning weather futurecast showing a little bit of cloud cover arriving through the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. So I think we'll start mostly cloudy, but then those clouds start to go away into the afternoon. And we still should be looking at a good supply of sunshine here as we go into our Saturday. Now, Sunday, we're still going to say mostly clear skies here, thinking this might be overdoing some of the cloud cover, but can't rule out a few limited light lake effect flurries coming in off Lake Superior. That's definitely not out of the question. That could happen as winds kind of shift around off the lake. So for low temperatures tonight, we'll be into the 20s across much of the area. And you can see here, this is pretty uniform for us. 24 out in Hoden and 24 out in Ironwood. So again, a mild evening. Again, we should be into the teens for low temperatures this time of the year. If you're doing any traveling tomorrow, we are looking good. Again, a few clouds early in the day, but then it goes into sunshine as we head into the afternoon. So again, nothing really here to really cause too much of a concern for you if you're doing any traveling across the area or even across the state or across the area. We are going to be good to go. So high temperatures tomorrow will be into the 40s across much of the area. 40 out here in Marquette and going out towards the Saint Marie out there. We'll be looking at temperatures around that 40-degree mark, in Hoden around 40 as well. So again, temperatures temperatures really above average for this time of the year. We also have hockey for tomorrow night, and we are looking decent. 28 degrees at the puck drop at 6:07. And again, we are looking forward to that game, and no weather hassles for the game as well. Next 7 days for Marquette goes like this. Again, mostly sunny for the afternoon on Saturday. Again, mixing in a little bit more of that cloud cover as we head into Sunday. More cloud cover as we go into Monday. So Monday's looking like a really overcast day, but then notice the sunshine returns with a few scattered showers next week. And for Escambia, same deal here. Just a few few limited cloud cover through the weekend, but then we start to see a few showers arriving by Thursday and Friday.
Thanks, Dakota. We sure know it has been warm. This is the second time the UP 200 sled dog races have been canceled, and trail managers say they were kind of expecting it. The trail boss says by this time, just 2 weeks away from what would have been race day, there's usually 3 feet of snowpack. Some areas on the trail run through private land or bodies of running water, creating even more obstacles for groomers to work around. Trail managers say they've faced challenges in the past, but there's only so much you can do without snow.
This time of year would have 3-4 feet of snow as a base. I measured about 12 inches of snow, and with the continuing temperatures and the forecast as we have it through the end of next week, it just wasn't going to happen this year.
The trail boss sees the early cancellation as a good thing, though. He says it gives officials more time to prepare for the Festival of the Sled Dog, which will still be happening Friday, February 16th. The Oscar G. Johnson VA Medical Center in Iron Mountain surpassed its fiscal year 23 goal, housing 60 homeless veterans for the year. The Homeless Veteran Program works to provide emergency shelter to homeless vets in the UP and northern Wisconsin for up to 45 days. It also helps vets apply for vouchers to assist with stable housing arrangements during that time frame. The Iron Mountain VA's program is the national leader for homeless vet engagement.
Basically get them through SSVF into emergency shelter, often in the same day. And then from that emergency shelter, we can get them a HUD-VASH voucher, and we can get them into a home in 45 days. Usually less than 45 days, often, by 30 days. We're really good at this.
Anyone who knows a homeless vet should have them call the number that we can pop up on your screen here, 1-877-424-3838, to get some emergency help. A summer camp focused on introducing high school students to the trades has received statewide recognition. The UP Construction Council and the Michigan Building Trade Council are receiving Excellence in Practice awards from the Michigan Department of Education. The Building Trades Summer Camp gives grades 8 through 12 an opportunity to earn while they learn various trades. The UPCC director says these programs are helping prepare the next generation.
Much work. We have a difficult time physically making sure there's enough skilled craftspeople on each one of those sites, and in the next 7 years, 40% of all those working with the tools will be eligible to retire. So our next generation of folks are really, really important. We want them to understand their value and understand their opportunities.
The MBCT encourages anyone interested in construction or trades to sign up for the summer program this July. An art exhibit is celebrating the beauty of the Upper Peninsula and the talent of the photographers who capture it. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has a look.
The UP Through My Lens exhibit is currently on display at the Boniface Art Center Gallery.
This exhibit is highlighting the best bright spots in the UP, along with different images that speak to the artist of what their UP is. We have everything from a shower beer to sunsets to lighthouses, all sorts of different items that represent the UP to the artist.
The exhibit is non-juried, making it the first gallery experience for many of the photographers.
We have amateurs showing next to professionals. The amateurs get to learn from the professionals, so those amateurs get to grow, but it's also nice for the professionals to see the up-and-coming talent in the area, because there are definitely a lot of shots that could take number one.
Each artist could submit up to 3 photos, bringing the total to 160 pieces, a far cry from the last photo competition the gallery hosted in 2021.
We only had 44 entries, jumping to 160. I think people just love the UP so much that they wanted to be able to show off their favorite shots.
There are several recurring themes throughout the exhibit, with the most consistent being nature, highlighting the incredible sights Upper Peninsula residents get to enjoy every day.
The UP is photographed a lot because there's such beauty and splendor. Given where we're located, we get a lot of those really cool colors that really pop. The aurora borealis, fall color changes. It's just a special place to live in the UP.
The UP Through My Lens exhibit is free and open through February 22nd, and guests are encouraged to cast their vote for the People's Choice Award when they visit. Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Mike Ludlam has our sports report next.
Tonight on The Late Show, host of the 66 Grammys, Trevor Noah is here. He is my favorite Trevor and my second favorite Noah.
Tonight on CBS. Some places talk about being local, but we actually are local. Our family started Superior Collision 18 years ago, and we're still the ones who own and operate it today. No big company name, no outside investors. We are all Marquette, and we're going to stay that way. We are part of this community, and we are proud of the work we do. You can choose to go to a corporate body shop, or you can stay local and go to Superior Collision, Marquette's local hometown body shop.
Yes. Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Tune in with me for some classical classics. Figaro.
Kill the rabbit. Tune in with me weekdays at 7 on MeTV 19.1.
Good evening, everyone. The battle for Central and Northern Upper Peninsula College hockey bragging rights resumes at the Barrie Event Center. NMU entertains Michigan Tech. And it was a pretty good crowd on hand for this one, and the Huskies section looked pretty darn full. Benny Halas starting in net for the Wildcats. Northern Stouts out quickly. Michael Misek, the steal, is at the Mitch Delestra sends it back to Misek for the goal. There we go at 6:43. Wildcats up 1-0. They keep the pressure on. Artem Schlein with the first of his 2 goals on the night. That one's a power play goal. 2-0 after 20 minutes. Now, Michigan Tech would score on a power play in the second period. Matthew Campbell would get that one home. That would bring the Huskies within 3-1, but NMU added 1 goal in the third and skated away with a 4-1 win over the Huskies. Here are some thoughts about the game.
This one is number one. You know, it doesn't matter how hard you try. If you're on the kill the whole game, then it's going to cost you. So I think the guys understand what it takes, and playing whistle to whistle, I think it was great.
It's not an X's and O thing. It's not a system thing. It's competing on pucks. It's the will to win. It's the will to win the battle and be better than the guy that's on the ice next to you.
Same 2 teams tomorrow night at Tex McGinnis Student Ice Arena. Face-off is at 6:07 p.m. On the CCHA scoreboard, Bowling Green edges Ferris State 4-3, and the scoreboard's gone nuts again, okay? Minnesota State wins in overtime over St. Thomas 4-3, and it was Bemidji State 5 and Augustana nothing. A 1991 NMU graduate.
On camera.
And 1991 NMU national champion hockey player has been named interim coach of the Los Angeles Kings. Jim Hillard was elevated today after Todd McClellan was fired this morning after a bad January. We talked to NMU athletic director and former hockey coach Rick Conley.
sometimes interim coaches come into a good situation in a sense, because you know the team has talent and has done well. It just, sometimes the message runs dry and owners step in and make a change because they want to save a season. I think with Jimmy's background, the multiple teams he's worked with, he sat behind the bench with this team doing well. He comes in not as a new voice, but a fresh voice, and I think the players will rally around him. You know, I mean, skating wasn't his number one skill. I think his head was, his hands were, his ability to make the right play at the right time, to understand the game. And I enjoyed coaching him because he had to make sense. He couldn't just be an old-time coach, you know, barking and, you know, playing games with players. You had to be right up front with him, and when you were and he understood it, he bought it, and he was one of the hardest working guys we had.
The NHL is off for its All-Star break. The Kings host Edmonton on February 10th. Hiller also played in the NHL with the Detroit Red Wings. High school hockey scores from the showcase down in Trenton. Hancock blanks Forest Hills Eastern 4-0. Bay City over Calumet 5-1. Sault Ste. Marie a nice 2-0 victory over Flint Powers Catholic. The Detroit Catholic Central team edged Houghton 2-1, and Marquette lost to Trenton in a shootout 3-2. Elsewhere in high school hockey was Manistee 6, Jeffers 1. Minocqua Lakeland defeated Kingsford 3-1, and Escanaba no trouble with Shawano 8-0. Boys high school basketball, Menominee at Marquette, a pair of teams in the Big Five poll this week. We're picking it up third quarter early. Jack Quinnell, no, and Jacob McPhee, yes. 35-24 Sentinels. McPhee picked up his third foul a short time later. Under 30 seconds to go in the third, Tanner Therkoff gets the rebound to Connor Caduti for 3. Maroons have cut the deficit to 49-46. Last 10 seconds of the third, Trevor Tarakoff locates Darren Butler in the corner. Yes, sir. The triple brings the Maroons within 51-49 going into the fourth. Now we jump to 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Sentinels respond, or Marquette responds as easy as 2-3-4. That would be Kyler Sager for 3, and Marquette is up by 6 at 60-54. Just over 2 minutes to go. Tanner Tarakoff to Eli Beal. This triple also finds the mark. Marquette's lead is down to 60-59. Teams exchanged baskets. About 50 seconds on the clock. Trevor Tarakoff to the other Tarakoff for 3, and we're going into overtime, tied at 64. Marquette strikes first in the extra session. Jack Quinnell will find Jackson Jermu, and the baseline drive and reverse and the foul. Marquette is up by 3 at 67-64. Henry Wood would knock down a triple for the Sentinels to take a 6-point lead, and Marquette, as you can tell already, goes to win in overtime 75-71. All right, Fastly through the numbers, if Fastly is really a word. Kingsford 30 better than Escanaba. Iron Mountain no trouble with Ishpeming 71-25. Bark River Harris falls to North Dickinson 56-39. Owen Keno 36 points for Stevenson. Broke the school record with 10 3-pointers. Old record 9 by the great name of Blue Lord. But Norway had better balance in 169-62. Did not hear from Montonagan and Bessemer. Nick Miskovich, 21 points, and Ironwood's 53-31 win over Wakefield Marinesco. It was Lakeland and Hubble downing Hancock by 23. Jeffers easily over Dollar Bay. Nagani, 22 better than Gwyn. Ethan Marta had 20 points, and Westwood's victory over Manistee. Forest Park 76, North Central 49. Did not hear from the Sioux and St. Ignace. Big Bay to knock over Ojibwa Charter 79-62. Did not hear from Cedarville Detour and Newberry. It was an easy victory for Pickford 80-21. Did not hear from either Islands game involving a couple teams out there. Girls scores quickly if we can. Hancock downs Gwyn 47-28. It was Jeffers 47, Dollar Bay 25. Wakefield Marinesco 54. Three Lakes, Wisconsin 41, West Iron 61, Lance 38, Big Bay to knock 59, Ojibwa Charter 28, Hannahville, a tough night, Mackinac Island wins 58-15, and that, believe it or not, gets us out, and we will be right back.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature Made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialist help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
Are you trying to save money but keep getting knocked down? With Peninsula Federal Credit Union certificates, you can get back on your feet. And it's easy to open your certificate online or on the mobile app. You can skate your way right into savings. Skate on by today or give us a call at 906-789-6400.
Peninsula Federal Credit Union, lighting the way.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
Pictionary here on WZMQ TV 19.
Tonight on The Late Show, host of the 66 Grammys, Trevor Noah is here. He is my favorite Trevor and my second favorite Noah.
Tonight on CBS. Come on down to Outdoor Man.
When do I get to shoot the crossbows?
We're breaking the rules.
So you're 13, I don't even think it's legal. So we should do it after lunch.
Our camping department is intense.
Set it up in 30 seconds flat. And take it down even faster.
And we're always family friendly.
He's adorable.
Listen, we found a bear cub in here. Been nice knowing you, Baxter.
Outdoor Man is open for business on Last Man Standing.
Well, one final check your forecast here, and you can see here Doppler Max is quiet. And again, we're not going to have much to track on the radar through the weekend. We're talking about a pretty quiet weekend shaping up here. Temperatures tonight across the UP will be into the 20s, and this is right around the average high temps for this time of the year. So definitely pretty mild air. And again, this is mild by our standards for tonight. And looking ahead towards tomorrow, yeah, we're talking about temperatures getting back into the 40s across the area once again. Look at Ironwood at 43, 39 up in Houghton, or 40 up in Houghton as well. So again, we are talking about a decent supply of sunshine tomorrow, a little bit more in the way of cloud cover as we head into the afternoon hours. And of course, we have that hockey game tomorrow. The first puck drop is at 6:07, and we're looking pretty decent, partly to mostly clear skies with temperatures into the mid-20s. Have a good evening.
Finally tonight, it was the first night of the Heikki-Lunta Festival in Negaunee. Starting off the weekend of events was the Rail Jam, sponsored by the Compound Ski Shop. Skiers and snowboarders of all ages competed by doing some sweet tricks on ramps and rails set up throughout the week by Negaunee DPW. According to organizers, the event is a great way to get the community involved in a big celebration.
Wonderful to be a part of anything the city of Negaunee has, and we're happy to support it with our Irontown Downtown Rail Jam, get things excited, get the youth out here, get people watching some great fun activities in the winter.
Heikki-Lunta Festival continues throughout the weekend, starting with a breakfast with the Negaunee Eagles Club tomorrow at 8 a.m. Of course, that Teal Lake Ice Fishing Derby was canceled because if you've driven by Teal Lake recently, it's a little mushy looking out there.
Not looking good at all.
No. That does it for us for the week. We'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend.
I would say working at Goodwill is it's a very good job. Co-workers are all real nice. It's a good team environment.
What I like most about my job is meeting new friends and create stronger bonds.
Everybody's always willing to help out if they see somebody, struggling or something, they need assistance with something, they always help them out.
Goodwill treats